Hello everybody, it's Catherine from the Amazon Jungle Show. Now I'm not going to talk to you or show you animals today. I'm actually going to talk to you about chemistry today, and I'm going to talk to you about the periodic table of elements, which is the poster behind me here. Now you may be thinking, what has chemistry or what has these elements got to do with animals or nature? Actually quite a lot. All of these elements are in everything on planet Earth. In actual fact, it's quite alien because also some of these chemicals can be out there in space. And some of them even actually came from space to Earth, and we found them and named them. So all of these elements, everything here, I will show you in a wee minute, but they're all in nature. They're in animals, they're in you, they're in your home, they're in the trees. Everything is made up of elements. Elements are very, very tiny little things that we can't see. And everything's made up of it. Everything you look at, everything you touch is made up of like one or even more of these elements. Now, that's what science has to do with nature, and if you like animals and you like nature, sometimes it's really useful to know a little bit about science too. So the alphabet has 26 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. 26 letters make up all of the words that we use in the English language. Same as chemistry. Chemistry is made up of 94 elements, and these are the 94 elements. And there's nothing that doesn't have these. It's 94 elements that make up everything that you see, feel, hear, touch, whatever on planet Earth. These ones down here are very complicated ones. We don't need to worry about these ones because these were actually man-made in a lab and they're not natural. Okay, so these elements were found and discovered, but it's these ones here, the 94, that we're going to know about. Now you may think, why on earth do I need to know about this? Well, it's actually rather fun, because if you're mixing chemicals together, you know, or you will know, if they're going to react like they're friends, or they're going to react, fizz, and go boom, and not be friends at all. So it's very, very important, because chemical reactions either go okay or they go boom and cause big explosions. So where are they found? They're actually found everywhere, in everything, and they were discovered through years and years. Different times they were discovered. All of these elements are over a very long period of time, but it wasn't until about 100 years ago where a few men actually tried to put them into a table and organise them. And the way they organised them finally was this, and they organised them from the lightest gas is like air, to liquids, which are like water, they flow, and solids, which are solid states, okay, solid things that you can, that you can touch. Gases you can't touch, you can't smell, you can't feel. Gases are the air around you. So these are the gases at the top, and you have a few liquids as well, and you have solids, from the lightest gas to the heaviest metals, and that's the way they're arranged. And they're also arranged into groups, little families. So if you can see group 1, Group 2, Group 3, all the way down and round to Group 18 at the very end. And that just means that they're like little families, okay? They're very similar to one another, and they're colour-coded as well, which is actually great for us to see. So why learn about these elements? Basically, just it is fun, and I'm going to teach you how fun it can be. These elements are everywhere, as I say, and also it's brilliant to know kind of what are gases and what can react together, and I'm going to show you that now. So there is, we're going to start with, I'm only going to tell you about a few of them. Hydrogen is number 1. And I'm going to show you what hydrogen gas is by a little experiment. So I've got my lab coat on, right? And I'm going to show you. Hydrogen is number 1 on the periodic table. This is it, up close. Hydrogen, it's got a big H. Now, Hydrogen is actually the sun. The sun is made of hydrogen gas, okay? So it's very, very hot in the sun, and hydrogen is the one thing that everything on earth is made out of, okay? You breathe it, you live it, you are it, it's in you, it's all around you, it's in the air. Hydrogen is everywhere, it's in the water, everything. Now, I have my little test tube, and I have a little piece of magnesium strip in here. This is a little piece of magnesium metal, and what I'm going to do is add some vinegar, and we're going to see a little reaction and try to get some hydrogen. So if I can do this with the vinegar, okay, so I'm going to pour some vinegar into the magnesium strip, and you're going to see it fizz. Okay, do you see it fizzing? And it's reacting with the metal, okay? There we go. So it's reacting with the metal and it's fizzing. I'm going to put the top on it now because it's going to create hydrogen gas, and it's going to go up, and the hydrogen gas is now going to go up and take over the tube as it's fizzing. Do you see? So there's the wee bubbles. Okay, there's the wee bubbles. I'll turn it around and you can see the bubbles. There we go. Okay, so while that's fizzing, there's actually hydrogen gas flowing up to the top. It's going to get stuck and it's going to build up and build up and build up. And what I'm going to do very carefully is to take a wee match and to light it. And we're going to warm it up first of all. And as I say, you don't do this on your own. I've got this wee chemistry kit, and I know what I'm doing. I don't need glasses for this because the pop that you're going to hear isn't going to be any explosions or anything, so that's okay. You always wear safety glasses where glass is concerned, but we're only going to hear a little pop. So I'm going to heat this up for a little while, just with the wee match. Okay, rightio. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here so that I can do a wee experiment, and the hydrogen gas is going up and up and up. Now I need another match for this, and you're going to hear a wee pop. Okay, ready? So I hold this. Okay, so I'll take this off actually and just put it here. Doesn't matter how long it takes, the longer the better. Okay, and you're going to hear a wee pop whenever I take this off, and I need to just put another wee match to it, and this is going to be hydrogen gas. Okay, are you ready? Listen. Did you hear that? Wow! That pop was hydrogen gas coming out the tube, and it gave a big pop. And that was hydrogen gas. So we just made hydrogen gas. And it's still fizzing away. Now, when I talk about magnesium strip, then I'll show you that later on in the periodic table. So, well done for watching hydrogen gas being just a big pop. Now, the next one is lithium. So this is lithium. Lithium is Li, okay? And it's actually in your batteries. So written on this wee battery is lithium. If you can see, it's in tiny writing. And these wee batteries go into like watches and things. And this is what lithium. So that's lithium inside batteries. Fairly simple. Now, I'm going to show you the next one, which is Na, and that is sodium. There you go, Na, sodium. Basically, this is it, your table salt. And on the back, you can read, it's got sodium. Let me see. There we go. Sodium. Let me see if you can read it. Don't know if you can read it or not. It's a bit blurry, but yes. Go and get your table salt. and that is sodium. Okay, as I say, things around the house have all of these elements in it. This is baking soda, and if you can read that, it says sodium. Okay, so baking soda, sodium, that's sodium. So now you know, on the periodic table, hydrogen is like all the gases in the sun, and you heard the pop, and it's a gas, so you know it's air. Lithium is in your batteries, and yeah, that's in your batteries at home. And sodium is table salt. Okay, now we're going to do another one. The next one is actually K, and it's bananas. There you go. And K for banana. Potassium is in bananas. If you eat bananas, you're eating potassium. And it's right there in the periodic table, known as K. So you now know that. So you can go around the house and collect all these things. The next one, let me see, magnesium. I'll show you only a few. Magnesium, that's our magnesium metal strip that was in our little test tube. And that's the little magnesium metal strip. Okay, so the other one underneath it is calcium. And I'm going to show you calcium. Very, very easy. It is chalk. The chalk that you draw with in school, or the teachers write on their blackboard. Ca, calcium, chalk. I actually have calcium tablets as well. That's calcium tablets, and it helps your bones. Calcium is in milk, but you must take magnesium or something with it, like zinc, with it for to calcium to absorb into your bones. So milk is good, but unless you're taking something else, the milk will deplete things in your body. So that is calcium tablets, and it really is just basically chalk. There we go. So it's the same thing. Chalk. You can't eat this chalk, but you can eat these tablets. This is, yeah. So that is calcium, and where you find that in the periodic table is near the start. Okay, so what have we got now? I'm going to go down to iron. In the middle here, there's iron, and it's called Fe for iron. This is basically iron here. A rusty nail has iron on it, and I've got a very old paintbrush that was left out. This is iron. The rust on things is iron, and a rusty nail has iron in it. Okay, and that's Fe. That's found in the middle of the periodic table. Now I'm going to show you another one, and beside that it's cobalt. Cobalt is really funny because it's CO, and it's actually blue paint. This has actually got cobalt written on it. This is it's an expensive paint that painters would paint watercolors with, and it's called cobalt. Cobalt is, when you mix it kind of with water, is very, very beautiful bright blue, and this is yeah. So your normal paint is cobalt. Now this is an interesting one. Copper over here, copper, and it's copper. This is copper. It's the copper wires in your house. I kind of took this off something in my house, so I hope something doesn't fail. This was spur. So this is copper piping, and this is copper. This is interesting. Now we're going to get to the fun things,